Welcome to the information session on the Costa Rica Reading Week trip for the McMaster Outdoors Club. For the overview, on the online system it says that the trip runs from Saturday, February 13th to Saturday, February 20th. In actuality, this may not be the case, because if your flight has to depart earlier so that you can arrive on the Saturday, which is the expectation, you may have to leave on Friday, February 12th. That considered, you may also, though your flight may depart on Saturday, February 20th, it may arrive back in Canada or wherever you are flying to on the 21st, or it may arrive late, and we would really prefer that people not try and schedule things late on the Saturday or have commitments on the Sunday early, because there's no guarantee that you will be back necessarily at that time. Especially since it is February, there may be weather complications back in Canada that may delay your flight. So for price, the activities included price is $1,200. That includes ziplining, surfing, and a waterfall hike, as well as travel into Quepos, which is a nearby town where there are all sorts of things that you can do there. This price also includes all of your meals at the resort, the cost of renting the resort, any of the activities available at the resort, your food, so your breakfast and dinner as served at the resort, because there's no guarantee that you will be there during the lunch hour. We are not providing lunch, though there may be some food provided. So there's food provided on the ziplining, there's food provided on one of the hikes. For the surfing, you'll have time to spend in Dominica. So you'll be able to buy food there, and you won't necessarily be with the entire group. The activities not included price is $850, so that doesn't include your ziplining, your surfing, all of those shuttles, your travel into Quepos. However, it does include all of your expenses at the resort, so your food, your resort costs, the shuttles from San Jose to the resort, and then any of the activities at the resort. So all of that stuff is included in your payment. As for payment, you can either pay 100% at the time of registration, or you can pay 50% when you register to reserve your spot and guarantee that you are on the list and signed up, and then 50% before February 1st. So you have another, from the date that is today, almost 2.5 months. That said, lastly, flights are not included in the price, which means that they will be booked on an individual basis, because that's significantly cheaper for basically you guys who are registering. Because for us to do a group register, the cost of flights is significantly more per person. So on average, you're paying between $100 and $150 more per person than you would if you booked your flights individually, which is not worth the expenditure of us passing it on to you. So our thoughts is that you guys can book your flights separately. We will provide the resources of space and time, so if people want to meet in advance and then fly down together, that is something we will happily help facilitate. But we're not going to buy them for you, because it's just significantly more expensive for everyone. So an overview of leaders. There are currently 6, but I only have photos of 5. And there are 2 more spots, so those are available for people in our leadership program. If anyone is interested, they are welcome to touch base with us. You get a 50% reduction of the price, so you pay 600 plus flights as opposed to 12. If anyone wants to get involved in our leadership program, is interested in that regard, or wants to just know more, they can definitely send in their questions to the McMaster Outdoors Club email, which I will say at the end, but it is outdoorclub.mac@gmail.com. For the schedule, and be wary that this is subject to change depending on changes, but everyone needs to arrive in Costa Rica in San Jose at their international airport between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. on Saturday, February 13th. Once you arrive, beforehand you will give one of the leaders, there'll be a sign up where you can say what flight you're coming in on, what your flight number is, what time you're arriving. You can tell us all that, and then some of those lovely people who are on the slide a couple before will be standing there probably with a piece of paper with your name on it, trying to find you once your flight has landed, and then they will shuttle you back to the hotel. Depending on what time you get to the hotel, you might have a lot of free time during the day. So as long as you let someone know where you are going and when you expect to be back, you're welcome to go and do whatever you want. You can go and explore San Jose. You can just take a nap all day if you're a bit jet lagged from leaving the night before. All of that stuff is at your discretion. And the leaders will be busy picking people up, but some of them will be always available at the hotel. So if you have any questions, concerns, or want to know where to do stuff or pick up food or all of that stuff, they will be available to answer questions. On Saturday the 14th, we will meet up, or on Sunday the 14th, we will meet in front of the hotel at 10 a.m. and we will check out and then get on a shuttle, which is going to go from San Jose all the way to the resort. Probably around noon, there will be a stop for lunch. You'll be able to take some pictures. It's very likely going to be in a beautiful rainforesty area. And then you'll continue on your journey and arrive around 2 p.m. at the resort. You'll have time to unpack, get settled, get to know some people. You might want to go swimming. And then there'll be dinner at 6 p.m. That will be a scheduling meeting just to re-articulate what the schedule is going to look like the following day, as well as re-review some of the McMaster policies, just to make sure everyone knows and is aware as people of different, just like an international group in Central America. The resort itself has 10 small villas with one much larger main building. The main building has 2 kitchens and a bunch of bedrooms, as well as like 5 bathrooms and a very large balcony that overlooks the 10 villas. Each of the villas houses 3 to 4 people. So if you're interested in traveling with a group and having a private building to yourself, you are welcome to touch base with us and that can be arranged. Additionally, the villas have a full bathroom, a bedroom, and I think some sort of pull-out couch or day bed or something of that nature. And then they have their own balcony that overlooks the rainforest. As you can see in the image, there is a massive pool. I think it's the only Olympic-sized pool in southern Costa Rica. Beware, you're allowed to use it at any time. However, it is not supervised or lifeguarded, so if you cannot swim and go swimming and something bad happens, that is not on the responsibility of the McMaster Outdoors Club. However, all of the leaders have first aid. Things that are available at the resort is that there are many hiking trails that are close by. You can hike to a waterfall, you can do all of those things. They do have mountain bikes that you are welcome to take, but they will be at a first come, first served basis, so if you get up early and go mountain biking and somebody gets up later and there aren't many mountain bikes, that's life. There are also kayaks available that you're welcome to take. You can go swimming in the swimming pool, or you can walk down to the actual ocean, which is about a 400-meter walk just down the hill from the resort, which is more embedded in the cliff. You can go swimming either in the pool or the ocean, as I just said. If you bring a snorkel, you're welcome to go snorkeling in the ocean. And there'll be other group things that we're going to coordinate, so there might be board games, there might be card games, there might be other activities that will be scheduled, and you are welcome to do those things. On the Monday, we'll have breakfast at 8 a.m. We will walk out for a rainforest hike in Uvita, and then we'll probably have lunch along the way. We'll eat some food, and we'll hike back. It'll probably be a little ways of a hike. Then from there, we'll have other activities, and then dinner, and there's just some of the wildlife at the bottom of this slide. Then on the Tuesday, we'll have breakfast at 8 a.m. Then we'll get shuttled out to Dominical and go surfing in Dominical. There'll kind of be a rotation on this, so half of the group will go surfing first and get a lesson and get to go surfing and do all kinds of cool stuff, and then they'll have some time afterwards to spend at Dominical, go out for a nice lunch, see some touristy stuff. It's a really beautiful town that's known for surfing and swimming and being on the beach and all of those things, so you'll have plenty of time to hang out there, and then the other group will do that first, and then they'll switch. And then early in the evening, you'll get picked back up and shuttled back to the resort where you'll have dinner and have time to do stuff and get settled and all of that stuff. On the Wednesday, we will get up for breakfast at 8 a.m. Then we'll get shuttled to the ziplining place, which will involve a canopy zipline tour. So you'll get to go on, from what I understand, 11 zip lines and 6 canopy bridges and a couple rappels that you'll all get to do in the accompaniment of the adventure. It's going to take about 5 hours, and they will include food and juice and all of those things throughout. Then afterwards you'll return back to the resort, we'll have dinner, all of those things that we've had every other day. On Thursday, we will get breakfast at the same time we've had every other day. We'll get shuttled to the access point for the Noyuka waterfall, and then we'll do a hike up to the waterfall. We'll have a picnic at the waterfall. You'll be able to swim, you can climb up onto the waterfall. All of that is available. The waterfall at the back of this image is actually the waterfall we're going to. So we'll spend a couple hours there doing that, hanging out. Then we'll hike back, and then we'll get shuttled back to the resort and have dinner and all of those things. On the last day, we will shuttle you to Quepos, which is further away, but a larger town. And from there, it's a very touristy, very used to be a port for the banana industry, but now since the banana industry has kind of really shifted, it has a lot of tourist things. If you want to arrange, you can go deep sea fishing, which is one of their really appealing things. And there are just a number of other touristy things that you can do. There are hikes really close by if you just want to get out of the city and go and hike. There's bars and nightclubs and all kinds of things like that. We will probably be shuttling back slightly later, so this might not be correct right now, but you'll have plenty of time to hang out there and get shuttled in and then get shuttled back. On the Saturday, we'll have breakfast at the same time as before, and then probably between 9:30 and 10 a.m. shuttles will pick people back and send them back to San Jose, Costa Rica. That will be that. So we'll arrive back in San Jose between 1:30 and 2 p.m. And from there you will be released on the airport and no longer at the responsibility of the McMaster Outdoors Club. So hopefully your flights will leave sometime that evening unless you plan on staying in Costa Rica for more time. But that is at your own discretion. The leaders will be flying back that night and all of those things. So a few logistics to follow that. Once you've registered, the Outdoors Club presidents need to see proof of passports and travel insurance. We really recommend that people use travel cuts if they need to buy insurance because it's cheap and it covers all your bases. Just make sure you get the one with the international emergency evacuation stuff, just in case something not good happens. You don't really want to be paying that out of pocket. Beyond that, we request that people check in and out with us when they're leaving locations. So whether that be in San Jose on the first day, or if you want to walk into Utah, which is like it's a decent walk from the resort, but it's not impossible. You just need to check in and tell us that you've left and when you expect to be back, because if you don't come back, we need to know that we need to go looking for you. Other than that, participants will be advised of all the risk management policies associated with the McMaster Outdoor Clubs and athletics and recreation at McMaster. So that will be before we leave, probably in a participant meeting. And lastly, payment can be made in full again, or it can be made in 50% increments. So you can pay 50% at time of registration, and then 50% before February 1st, which is about a week and a half before the trip actually leaves. Beyond that, if you have any questions, your best option is to email the McMaster Outdoors Club at outdoorclub.mac at gmail.com. If you send any of your questions there should be maximum a 48-hour turnaround before they get responded. It will probably be less than that. If you have any other concerns or things of that nature, please contact that, and Beatrice Fletcher or myself, Jenny Groom, will get back to you. Any other concerns or things of that nature related to the club, please contact us through there or on the Facebook group, and we will try and touch base with you at some point. So thank you for watching the Costa Rica Reading Week trip 2016, going to Costa Rica, clearly. And thanks for your time.